Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. It's Scooby-Doo Tuesday, guys. You know what that means? Of course it means we're here continuing the journey of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. This is Season 2, Episode 12, Scarebear. Now, when I first read that, I'm thinking, Scarebear? Like, it's really, really close to Care Bear. Obviously, the S is the only difference there because the S front of the C, making it from care to scare. But I'm like, Scarebear. That's a weird title, but whatever. We'll see what happens here. Last week's episode was pretty intense in terms of Cassidy sacrificing herself. I don't believe she's dead. But she sacrificed herself so Scooby and the gang, and then Scooby and those two kids, who apparently are kids from a Hanna-Barbera cartoon or something from back in the 60s or whatever, and the giant, Moby Dick-sized submarine, to help them basically escape. And then she, stayed behind or whatever, because we had these World War II robots still being active that were created by a woman who was a part of the team, a part of that, mansion or whatever back in the 1800s or whatever, the late 1800s. And then apparently in the 1930s, I believe that was the timeline of it. I think it's 1930s. Professor Pericles met the woman who was down in this place, who was, in that other Mystery Inc., group, and created all these robots trying to find more information about the disc pieces and everything. And it seems Professor Pericles has exactly what he wants. He got the last disc piece. I think he has the last disc piece that was still hidden away. And yeah, so this is getting pretty damn intense. And someone had commented this, because I don't read the comments too often, because I'm trying to avoid people talking, because people say spoilers when they shouldn't, but it is what it is. But one comment I thankfully saw that was really interesting. Essentially, this was their way of kind of implying that Professor Pericles could be a Nazi because of his tie-ins with these robots or whatever, and how long he's been around, who knows. It's interesting because we don't know too much about Professor Pericles, so the idea like he could be that without the show actually saying it, because the show can't really say that, is interesting, because he's a really messed up individual, really messed up bird. Anyways, let's jump into now, guys. Let's see what happens here in Season 2, Episode 12 of Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. Scarebear, that title. Anyways, I'm curious to see what happens. Let's go. My God, it's so green.
Are you sure it's safe?
Don't know about that.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
We didn't need the masks, but like Destroido says in their commercials, we have to pay a price for progress.
This is Destroido's doing?
Oh, who else would be?
I mean, who else? Exactly, who else?
Let's talk meat.
Oh, it's a giant bear. It makes that Scarebear. Yeah, kind of like a bear werewolf. Holy crap. Literally Scarebear. Literally. It's a giant bear. Oh.
This is a mutant bear.
I don't care
Mutant
what
bear.
it is. This creature is ruining what is left of our campgrounds, and Destroido has no interest in stopping it, which means that the sheriff can't investigate. Why not? They don't pay taxes, and they don't have to listen to the sheriff.
Like you want
Well,
us to do this
that's
with no
convenient.
help at all?
You know what this means.
We each have 3 pieces?
We have to find out which member of the gang
So
is
they're all
keeping
working
the
together.
pieces. And since your son is a key member of the new mystery,
Getting the pieces away from Freddy makes it safer for him, too, so...
Is it?
Win-win.
Cassidy won't be an impediment anymore.
Mutated bird.
Isn't the moon beautiful tonight? It seems so big. I have something to tell you.
Daphne!
It's lithium.
Is that what Destroyer
Lithium?
is like mining?
Probably.
Scarebear. It's like Bigfoot, basically. Oh, shit. This is crazy. Uh-oh. Waterfall. Well, lithium fall, whatever.
See what it's doing to the avocados?
Yeah.
Tracks!
What?
George Avocado?
Unmasked my dear father as a diamond thief, my reputation has been besmirched.
Oh my God.
Destroido won't even allow me onto their property without a Destroido passport.
Of course,
which only
passport.
they can issue.
Like where'd Scoob go?
This is a weird episode. Careful.
Someone must have dropped this.
How
Looks
convenient.
like we have an all-access pass.
The Enigma engine? Okay, this makes more sense.
All cell phone and
Oh, they're
wireless
all in
reception.
there.
Pericles?
I do not find the signature of the discs with my invasive.
They're not in there.
We're on it.
Breaking into Velma's house. It's not in there. They're not in there. Here's the thing. Once they're caught, there's no going back from this. You know?
Freddy is so cute. Looks like there's bound to be a lot of goo, and I
What?
don't ruin another turtleneck.
Okay, that's too much.
We at the lab. They're going to use their strange dog as entree into Destroido Labs.
Entree?
How convenient.
Were those frog ducks? What the hell? What the fuck? Man.
Or maybe it's unlocked.
That was convenient.
Let's see if I can decrypt the files. Oi, computer crash.
I've been alerted that there's going to be a break-in at the lab. I want you to lock it down
Interesting.
immediately.
We're pretty busy in here tonight, sir. Lock down the facility. I repeat, lock down the facility.
Lock it down. They're already in there, though.
Here, pronto.
My god, this thing is brutal. The one door you didn't break. Oh, there's a lot of those, whatever they are.
It's George Avocados.
Yeah.
That would be avocado.
Well, hello, Mystery Incorporated.
Oh.
Arrest them.
Now
No.
hold on, Sheriff.
Hold
I'd
on.
like to see
Hold
any
on.
evidence of his claim.
I just showed you that DVD of my...
No, I don't think you did.
This isn't over.
Come on. Come on, this is good. He's waiting, of course.
Well,
The sheriff
Well?
wouldn't arrest the brats.
We will have to use stronger measures to deal with the Kinder. And that I would enjoy a great deal.
Well, it's obvious that the bear was doing it.
what the?
The bear,
The bear?
is connected to Destroido. Somebody
Yes.
was stealing Destroido files.
The Scarebear may not be a real mutant bear.
It's
we
not.
suspect it's George Avocados.
We have to catch him.
Like I said, this really gloomy and fucked up, like, company, and then like, oh, look, we were having a ball.
Are you two back together?
No.
No, not yet.
Not
Maybe
yet.
Not ever. But
Why does he have an axe? And he's eating chicken.
there's a bomb over there.
Yeah.
Well, this was a fun ball.
Well, this is great.
Freeze, avocados.
What do you want?
Avocados.
Enough of your word games, trickster.
Unhand me. I'm no Scarebear.
Maybe the Scarebear put the bomb.
Bomb? I didn't set a bomb.
You can talk?
Of course.
It's a
I can
security
talk.
guard.
Where's
Oh
it?
my god. Is this really gonna work? Getting really close there.
Destroido ruins lives and pays the victims to keep
Yep,
quiet.
that's true.
This is one victim who won't remain quiet any longer. But I'm covered completely in animal hair.
Except for your face?
What?
You would be covered too. Was that the company Muskie Farms is a division of Destroido, and that there's a side effect. I
Ooh.
contacted Destroido about their product turning me into a hairy bear man. I'm particularly proud of the claws, which I purchased from a school for gifted children. I discovered the gentle rainflower
What?
was originally marketed. I wanted to show the entire world what they had done, and I would have gotten away with it too.
They do not suspect us of having set the bomb. Excellent.
Oh, that
Not
makes
so
sense they
excellent,
were.
However, is the
Yeah.
fact that it didn't work. I would have destroyed my own company to get those planispheric disc pieces.
Damn, he's that serious about this.
The question is, will they be willing to betray their only son?
Things are definitely getting more intense in regards to the disc pieces and the old Mystery Inc. reuniting without Cassidy. And there's something they said that I want to mention in terms of Cassidy and everything. But them working together again, but not solving mysteries. They're working together as their own version of Mystery Inc. to get the disc pieces, to get the rest of them that, of course, our Mystery Inc. has right now. Because they have 3, and Mystery Inc., of course, has 3. So they're like, okay, well, we're going to send in a Jude and Brad, I think that's their name, Judy or Brad or whatever, parents of Fred into Velma's house, and then we're going to do whatever we can to find the disc pieces. I guess they thought, well, Velma has to have the pieces, right? No. I believe the pieces are in the fridge in Shaggy and Scooby's room. I believe that's where the disc pieces are. I think that's what they referenced. They were there last. I think they might have moved them again. I'm not sure, but maybe. But things definitely getting crazier because even at the end of the episode with the bomb and everything, like, Mr. E was willing to destroy his own company to get to the disc piece. That's how enamored, that's how obsessed he is with the treasure and everything behind all this. So that's pretty damn intense. So Scarebear, there literally was a mutated bear. Well, not really a mutated bear, but it's literally with the title, it literally was, and they call it the Scarebear. And we see the opening of the episode, of course, with the sheriff and the mayor, and they're together, and I like how he's checking the radiation levels. He's like, the air is acceptable, it will be fine. And then here comes the Scarebear, gigantic bear, destroying everything. It was insane how much destruction this bear was doing in terms of tearing down trees, and then of course later on when we're actually in Destroydo, with actually in the building, destroying like shit, like tearing down doors and all that kind of stuff, and scratching at the walls and the ceiling. Insane stuff. So they're scared away, of course, the mayor and the sheriff. What I like to a little bit of, in terms of like some of the visuals in this, is that when they're showing footage, I guess someone filmed of the Scarebear, it looked like Bigfoot footage, kinda. So like kind of the black and whiteness of it is like, it's like an old Bigfoot video or whatever, or like an old monster movie type thing, black and white, coloring and all that. So that was kind of cool. And then finding out Destroydo, or I think it's called Destroydo, which is the company that Mr. E owns. Regardless, the company is its own sovereign nation or something, and that there's no law, like law enforcement can't do anything within their land or whatever, because like they only listen to themselves, like the authority and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, how intense is this place? Like as we've seen this place before, of course, it's Mr. E's company. We've seen this place before, but for it to have like its own sovereign nation or whatever, that's what the sheriff said. Sorry, my voice. It feels like I have something in my throat. Sorry. It's been a crazy morning for sure. It's Monday morning as I'm filming this. Apologies, I do film ahead, breaking the fourth wall, the illusion of always on Tuesdays. But saying it's like a sovereign nation, like the fuck, like what are they talking about, right? So apparently you can't do anything unless they allow it or whatever. Of course, Mystery's not gonna let anything happen like that. Then we see Mystery, Professor Pericles, and Fred's parents all together. And this is where it comes into the whole Cassidy thing I wanted to address. So they're talking about the disc pieces they have remaining, and it seems that Fred's dad is pretty much like Fred in terms of like he's saying stuff that's very obvious, and he's not very bright, it seems. Don't know. Fred's smart when it comes to traps, but anything else, he's like, oh, it means we have 3 pieces, and they have 3 pieces. That means we need to get theirs, of course. But they mention Cassidy. And there's a line like, Cassidy will no longer be, they don't say it like this. They say it another way. There's like impeding or whatever. But essentially, Professor Pericles said that, or maybe Mr. E said it. I think Mr. E may have said it. But regardless, that Cassidy will no longer be an obstacle for us. I said that I don't think she's dead. They still could be going that route, but I think they're more implying that she is dead. I don't know, but I still don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see. But that was interesting little information. But it seems like they're not worried about Cassidy, so maybe she is gone. I really hope not, because I really enjoyed her character, and I like the fact that she was actually trying to be helpful and everything, because she was the one individual from the old Mr. Inc. that wasn't obsessed. And even though I say Mr. Inc. because there's tons of other, groups of people that were, Mr. Inc.-esque in the past, but the one right before, of course, ours now, she was the one who's not obsessed. She tried to tell Fred's parents, please just be here for your son, not for the disc pieces, not for the damn treasure. It's like, Cassidy, play nice. She was trying really hard. So I really hope she's not dead. If she is, man, that's going to be really fucking annoying. But I'm still holding out hope that she's not dead. Wow. Okay. So then they break into the lab when they talk to Avocado, or whatever his name was. Because it's not avocados. It's It's pronounced something else. But his land's completely destroyed by this lithium water or whatever that's being trailed through, and they're mutated creatures or whatever, mutated animals, which we'll see in the lab in a second, because it's like really insane shit. But they find, of course, a pass or whatever, like a science test, badge or whatever to get into the building. So they get their lab coats, and this, of course, is when Fred's parents are trying to break into Velma's house, and they don't find anything, and they have invisible suits, which is kind of crazy. But then, of course, like, oh, they're going to break into our lab? Well, that's going to be an advantage for us. Actually, it really is an advantage for you because they still found a way out. But they break in their lab coats. We see all these mutated creatures. These, like, there was like a rooster giraffe hybrid. There was a cat with monkey hands. And I don't even know what those other birds that Scooby let out to go against the Scarebear. But there was a lot of weird shit. I mean, we've saw that avocado sprout spider legs in the freaking forest when they're down there talking to that guy. It's like, the fuck? What the hell's... It's such a weird episode. It was really weird. Strange as hell. Like, what are they doing in this show? Like, what exactly are they... Like, if that's just one section of it where they're experimenting on hybrid animals, what else are they doing in that fucking company? Who knows, right? But then there's the security guard. He's the one ultimately who is the Scarebear, but he was the one who was uploading the files because he was affected by a product that was a part of the Destroido family or whatever, like under the umbrella, and he got affected. And he mentioned something because when he was caught, you know, there was the whole bomb or whatever, and he started talking as the Scarebear. He had mentioned. Oh, I got a text message. Anyways, I'll read that in a minute. But what was I going to say? Lost train of thought. Oh, so he said something about he got his claws from a school for gifted children, which that's definitely a reference to, I think, Professor X's, X-Men, the school for that's what that reference to. I think that's what they're referencing there a little bit as a little nod, I think. The bear suit was really like, well, the whole entire thing at the Scarebear was really, it looked authentic as hell in terms of like how brutal it was. Like this idea of like this bear that's morphed into kind of like a mutated bear with like, human attributes, like running on its hind legs or whatever. It's kind of crazy. But, he was doing all that because he was affected. And of course, how convenient when all this is going down and Mr. E is there at the police station with like evidence of the break-in or whatever on the DVD. But if they would have actually played it, what would they have seen? Would they have actually seen footage of them like running around and shit? I don't know. But he's like, this is not over. Of course, Pericles is there. And then referencing at the end of the episode, we have to take even more drastic measures, because we didn't stop them. But they're having a ball at Destroido for all the people that have been affected. All the people that have been affected by Destroido's like messed up shit. They're having a ball in honor of them in front of the building. I don't know, because like Destroido, like the building itself, the surrounding area is a disaster. It's all mutated shit, and the land is destroyed with all the lithium and all the poisonous shit. And they're having this really colorful ball and this appreciation for people that have been affected by Destroido in front of the building. If Destroido was really going to do something, trying to be nice and trying to do something positive, which I think it was obviously all, a con, all set up. They should have done it somewhere else, not in front of the building where it looks like a disaster. Just saying. So, at the end of the episode, Professor Pericles says to Mr. E, well, will Fred's parents, like Judy and Brad, will they be able to actually go against their only son? And my guess is yes. Yes. Because of the way they've been acting this whole entire time. It's all been a ploy. The whole thing about helping Fred with that really intricate trap to stop those two judgers. I forget what that episode was called. It was a couple episodes ago. The two soccer players who were those the judge, jury, executioner type, guys or whatever, judging everybody. But they were only doing it to get girls. They were only being nice to Fred that one time because they wanted to gain Fred's trust. And they only showed back up because of the disc pieces, and it's very clear they're only there for the disc piece. They're only there for the treasure. They don't care about anything else. They're working with Mr. E and Professor Pericles. They're willing to do that. Plus, on top of that, in this episode, they went in to Velma's house to break in to get the disc pieces. Like, they are willing to do whatever it takes. So, yes, they will betray Fred. So, whenever, like, Mr. Inc. or even Fred himself finds his parents, and sees what they're doing, confronts them with what they're doing, there's no turning back from that. But I bet if they're asked, can you betray your only son and get the disc pieces? They'll be like, well, okay. I'm pretty sure they'll do it. Which is bad, really bad. So what do you think of this episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, guys, about this episode, please let me know in the comments below. This was a pretty intense episode of the show for sure. And can't wait to see what happens next. The show is getting more, like, this was just insane with all the, like, animal hybrids and all that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon, and enjoy the journey of the rest of the show. I'm looking forward to the rest of the journey of this show, because we're getting closer and closer to the end. So we'll see what happens. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.